and welcome to Toyfarerapy. I am your host, Mr. Dr. Modern Toyfarer. I am joined by our wonderful new receptionist, Vile Consumption, Corey, and, of course, Nurse Nate. And we are joined this week by two men who can ship you toys faster than anyone else in the industry. They are Hella Dope Toys. We have Ted Darkclaw and Aaron the Black Knight. How are you guys doing?
Good,
man.
Happy to be here.
I'm happy to finally have you on. I feel like it's been 2 years since we met at that toy show, and we discussed it multiple times, and it just hadn't come to fruition yet. And I'm glad we were able to finally hook up.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
All right, awesome. So let's get right off to the beginning. Let's go by going back to the beginning. What is your first memory of action figures or toys?
I was like,
I'm about to say like my first memory. I'm like, man,
Your first memory
that time
ever.
I pooped.
We go deep.
Remember that
Yes,
time I
we-
pooped in my diaper and then I spilled it everywhere?
I saw a bright light,
Shit,
and
that might be-
this weird man with a mask smacked me on the ass.
You're gonna like it.
Aaron, you go first.
I was taken by the whole comment. Hold on, I gotta come back to this.
Yeah.
My first memory with toys like that first my toy.
Yeah, like what's the first toy that as far back as you remember can go that you remember having or playing with?
It wasn't a toy, I guess. It was like it was a stuffed animal. It was like those pound puppies. I don't know if you remember those.
Oh yeah, okay.
That was like my very first thing. Like I loved that thing. I was like Linus. I took it everywhere. I took it to church, which growing up we went every Saturday. I took it to school. I took it to daycare. I took it outside, and then I lost it. That was my buddy. We hung out. It was my first friend.
That's horrible.
I didn't get
That's
to,
a
like-
horrible experience.
It was actually, but I didn't get
I
into
feel bad digging up all these bad memories now.
I didn't get into action figures till probably later in life, maybe more into early middle school, late elementary, maybe. The mind's going, but I had Thundercats and TMNT, later into Power Rangers and stuff like that. But that Pound Puppy man was my dude. His name was Chuck.
Chuck the Pound Puppy.
Okay.
So question, was Chuck the Pound Puppy the mama puppy that you dug the puppies out of, or was it one of the puppies from inside?
It was one of the puppies.
Okay.
I don't know how he came to be in my life, honestly. Maybe it was a Christmas gift or something. I just remember having it and it never leaving my side until he left my side. I'm out, dude. Just too much. I gotta go find the homies.
He had to deal with you all the time, so he was just well, time to,
Hey,
time
now
to
you're
move
stuck
on.
with me. You're my
I
new
know.
pound puppy now.
I'm the pound puppy. Oh, I hope that's not trending on this show.
Oh, but it is. Already hashtagging right now.
Yes.
Sounds like someone's already earned their first title.
Exactly.
Yeah. And well, I think my first memory of a toy would be He-Man. I want to say is it Thunder Punch He-Man? Power Punch He-Man? I don't know. Either one where he twists and he
Thunder
punches.
Punch.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's the first figure I really remember having. I was always parked in front of the television in the morning to watch He-Man, and then Thundercats would be on right afterwards. But yeah, that He-Man collection grew and grew, and I was blessed with play sets and things because of it. But yeah, that is the first thing I remember playing with, and I was a He-Man child back in the 80s
Nice.
for sure.
That was a little bit
Boy,
before my
I'm a
time.
He-Man child now.
Just, I gotta throw this out there just because you made me think of it, Aaron. So just to reiterate what a weird time the 80s was, I also had a pound puppy, but my mom made it from an official licensed kit that you could buy in a craft store.
What?
and she made so she just basically made my own, and it had the official like heart tag on the back and everything. It came in this kit, but she made it. Like she didn't buy it, she made it. So like that was the times. Like if you couldn't get the toys, you could make your own knockoffs, but they weren't even knockoffs
Because they were officially licensed.
It was like it's like
Yeah.
you could get Atari games for your Sears video game system. Like it's the same thing, but it's bizarre. It was a bizarre time.
It was almost like
I didn't know they made those.
Yeah,
it was like
I think the only reason I had one.
like the company was like, "Oh, we didn't finish the run. Let's just send the materials to Joanne Fabrics. They can make their own."
Yeah, and just put the instructions
exactly.
in, and yep.
We'll charge double
Same.
for it because it's an arts
Yeah.
and crafts project now.
Exactly.
But that's a more sincere way to get a pound puppy, you know?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just
Yeah,
bought off the
Well,
shelf.
I
It
mean,
was
hold on now.
made.
You have to know how to make stuff first. You could say, "Oh,
Right.
this is a dog," but it
Yeah.
ends up being like some like gremlin from outer space. Like, oh no, it's definitely a dog. Like, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure this is.
My mom had to sew it. Like she was a good sewer. Like I don't know how to sew, so like I would be lost.
Could you imagine how many of those are out there that like just were with someone who didn't know what they were doing, and it's just got like little puffs of stuffing coming out the
Yeah.
sides? It's like this pound
Eyes
puppy's
all
leaking. Don't
crooked.
worry, he's fine.
Yeah,
That would
Little
make for
Frankenstein puppies.
some awkward like yard sales. Like,
Yeah,
So you're getting rid of the pound puppy I made you, huh?
Yeah.
No, no. I'm just giving it to a new home. That's all.
Right. He's getting adopted.
Yeah, I'm like Andy. I'm getting older. I'm gonna give it to the next door neighbor. Watch him blow it up, and then sell it to somebody else.
Oh man, so we just
Yeah,
learned
I
what
just
really
Toy Story
happened to your
people.
pound puppy.
No, man, that didn't happen.
He went missing, and by missing, he went to the next door neighbor who shoved a firecracker up his ass, and then he was gone.
Yeah, I might have done that myself. Actually, we're
that's what
adventurous.
the show is all about.
Unlocking those memories.
Yep.
When you're the youngest, and you're like, I'm like 9 years, like between me and my brother, we were 9 years apart. So
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
I'm the youngest one. I pretty much was like an only child with two other siblings. So you just learn to get in trouble with whatever you have near you, firecrackers, setting the trash can on fire. You know, childhood stuff. Everyone did that.
So they sound destructive, but did they pass anything of theirs on to you? Did you inherit any cool toys from their era?
Oh God, no.
Okay.
The only thing
All right.
only thing I inherited was their taste of music, hand-me-down clothes, my drinking habit. That's about what I got.
Fair enough.
Oh,
toys.
man.
My son, on the other hand, he gets free. He feels like he has free reign of this basement. He's like, "Oh, Dad's got new toys in. Let's go see what I can pick out." Like, wait, hold on, buddy. Slow
Oh
down.
man, that's how what Jamar has with his oldest right now. Is when he was little, he told him like one day all of my turtles will be yours. So then every day since then he's coming. He's like, "Am I older now?" He's like, "Technically, yeah. Can I have your turtles now?" No.
You got to wait a little longer for that one. He loves wrestling. He loves Spider-Man. I think he definitely got his Spider-Man love from me. Like he comes down here, he's like, "Can I open all your wrestling stuff and play with them?" No. You can look at them. You can admire them. I ended up getting him his own like WWE championship belt. So now he claims that he's the champion of the world, and then I obviously have to beat him and let him know that the true champion is here. I love the kid. He's very adventurous.
That's awesome. I remember having championship belts and stuff when I was a kid. It was so much fun, like the WCW one and
I still want
WWF,
that one.
all of that. So how
Gold,
much
I need that big
of
gold.
your like childhood collecting, like 'cause you mentioned like Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, He-Man, stuff like that, how much of that bled into your current collecting habits?
Really, for me, I have a weird habit. I get into like different things for a while, And then I find the next thing. For a while, it was comic books. I would collect comic books. Not only because I like to read them, but I just had to have them. Comic books went to Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels went to I don't know. It was something in between that, and then getting back into like collecting toys. Really, collecting toys was more just like resale value for it. You know, buy it on clearance, sell it a little bit higher. And I'm like, oh man, there's stuff I found that I loved. Like NECA was coming out with those movie turtles. First two movies, I love those movies. And when I saw that they were figure form, I had to have them. I still have them. They're upstairs in my bedroom. They don't even get to come down here. They're in the bedroom. My wife, she doesn't like to admit it. She loves looking at them every day. They're right next to my side of the bed. But it just kind of grew from there. Like I really became like a true adult kid collector because I really didn't get into most of my collecting until the last 6 years.
Oh wow.
Maybe yes, well 6 to 8 years. Yeah, of like true collecting. Like I always had stuff here and there. Like the bulk of like what's behind me right now, it was like the last 6 years.
Yeah.
And having a toy store that helps too, you know.
Having a toy store does help. You know, I've been chasing my childhood. So when I moved out, my mother eventually gave me a timeline. She was like, "Hey, there's a bin of all your toys here. Everything you own. Please come get it." And I never did. So she sold it all on eBay back in like 2003. And man,
Kudos to her for
I wish-
like at least eBaying it. Like I feel like my parents would have just put it out in a yard sale for $1 for the entire bin or something.
No, his mom
Yeah.
knew. Like she knew like what she had.
Yeah,
You-
I'm sure
you know
she
you can
made
make a
a
pretty
few
penny on
bucks
some
off
of
of
that
it.
stuff.
Yeah, she made a few bucks off of it. I secretly have this hope that like so anytime that I'm over there, I always ask her like if I'm poking around in the basement or something. I'm like, so any of these boxes mine? I'm like secretly holding out that maybe they forgot something, maybe they missed it, maybe there's just a box with my childhood actually still in it. And every time she's like, "Nah, I got rid of the crap. It's gone. I told you I gave you like 2 months to come get it, and you just never did." So I've just been like recollecting that, so like in a modern form. So a lot of Star Wars, as Aaron mentioned, the NECA Turtles, the movie Turtles. Man, that was huge. Like I hadn't geeked out so hard. Man, it had been in years, and I don't think I've geeked out so hard since those NECA Turtles were originally announced. Those movie Turtles. And then you dabble in some new stuff, but the Marvel Legends filled my comic book needs, and then NECA kind of filled my turtle needs. Mattel released Origins, so I got my He-Man covered. Yeah, and then there's always wrestling figures as well. Those are always changing, but yeah, no, I'm just trying to buy back my childhood. Paying a lot more for it now, maybe. Miss the old stuff, but I'm not paying, thousands of dollars just to get some crappy, low articulated figure from the '80s back. I got cooler stuff now. Quite happy with
That's what toy shows are for. You can look at it.
it. Yeah. I look at it and go, I had that. I'm not paying that price though. No,
Oh,
thank
man.
you. Goodbye.
Yeah.
That's what I try to tell people when they don't understand about toy shows. I try to tell them like, okay, Toy Hi-O is like it's like a museum, but you could buy the stuff. I was like, where else are you gonna see carded Silverhawks from the '80s? Nowhere.
I still remember seeing some of the like carded turtle stuff when me and Jarmar were roaming around last time, and just seeing the prices and both of us being like, nope. Especially
yeah.
with Playmates going and re-releasing everything anyway. Like, why waste $800 on to have the original when you can just get the reproduction of it at this point?
Yes. I have a guy on Facebook who sells vintage figures and like on card vintage figures. He just dropped a link for the Thundercats Lion-O, the one that came with the little piece. It went in his back and his eyes would glow. Really cool figure. Loved it. But he had that listed for $900, and I was like, man, $900. That's like a 5 POA figure. Like, yeah, it lights up, but I don't know, $900. I don't need it that badly.
Yeah.
And Super 7 just made one that lights up for $55. So
I'm waiting for that Mummer to release because that's what sold me on at least that half of Super 7.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll see on the Super 7 ones. For now, I'm just
Hey.
going to dabble in the Mattel Motu Origins Thundercats figures. I'm going to live vicariously through those for the moment.
Hey, Super 7 gave me a little bit of hope with that Biggie figure, okay? A little
Yeah.
bit of hope. Not a lot, but enough to say, okay, you actually did something right.
Because
They-
time will
They can from time to time.
This was super right. I couldn't believe how great that was.
Yeah, I just love now that I look at you and it looks like there's just a dude with a blue head chilling.
Oh
over
yeah,
your
no,
shoulder.
I did not think that was the actual thing. I'm like,
Oh, it's pretty
I thought
far
it was like
back.
some. It's crazy.
It came in a box that was the size of a refrigerator.
Yeah.
Well, I do remember seeing it at PowerCon, and it
Yeah.
was
Mhm.
an impressive specimen for
Yes.
sure. Like,
Yeah.
I do think Super 7 does play sets well. I just
Yeah.
Yep.
think the action figure history may not have the best reputation at times.
Yeah.
It's inconsistent. It is
Mhm.
definitely
Oh,
inconsistent.
yeah. All the
Oh,
time.
that's not.
I'm still
That's nice.
very curious to see if we're ever gonna get the 2003 Turtles or not.
Yeah. They always seem to have too much on their plate and not enough at the same time. They're an odd company, that's for sure.
Which is a
Just
shame.
kind of
because
waiting for
Brian's
that to like
a
come
nice dude.
behind you and just like bite
Yeah.
you in the head.
Yep.
You making me kind of hungry, boy.
I was super excited to go to PowerCon this year, but it doesn't look like it's happening again.
It ain't
Something.
happening.
Oh,
Well, I mean, it
PowerCon?
is happening. It's
Yeah.
just in Toylanta.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, PowerCon
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
we're upset about it. We're
We
that's
went on a
our
nice rant
stomping
about it.
grounds.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
and to have
How's
such a cool convention like right in our backyard almost, it feels like.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that,
took it
that
all
whole
away.
situation still confuses me. I don't know what happened there, where like they lost the venue and couldn't find another one. I'm like I work for a company right now where we're like planning on trying to run conventions, so we're looking into it. And there's a lot of venues in Ohio, so it's just very strange to me.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think like what else. I'm trying to think of what else is going on in Columbus during that time that you couldn't secure convention center
Exactly.
at all.
Well,
It's not like the convention center is small enough. There are multiple spaces in that building. Like where PowerCon was at, you can expand that area again and have a bigger floor. So either they asked for too much money, they couldn't afford to do it, or they looked at it as this was what we thought it was going to turn out to be and we're gonna go backwards.
yeah, I think
I'm
that was
thinking the latter.
for sure. Because before, when they were out in California, they actually tried to do one in New York, and I had bought a table for that show, and then they messaged everybody and was like, "Yeah, it's not going to work out," and refunded all the vendors their money and didn't do it.
Damn.
At least you got your money back. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a plus.
but it just seems like, I don't know, not run poorly, but just it's like it's a very odd. It's an odd show for sure. Like, how can you make it work in Los Angeles but not in these smaller areas?
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember the line of people waiting to get in, and yet, granted Sunday was slow, but there was a line that had to have gone a mile long. It was a good showing, and we would love for it to come back. So, besides Brick, we're on board, but we're not driving to Atlanta, hawks and figures,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, because it was probably
money getting it down there.
the best con I think I've ever been to. Like I loved it when we went. It was so much fun. And it felt like it was more about, you know, it was like getting the excitement of a bigger convention where they actually like show things off, but it's still staying about being about toys instead of it being like, oh, like Comic-Con and New York, both at this point have turned more into like announcing other things rather than like.
I mean, it gave independent toy companies a platform to go on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was no Hasbro, there was no Mattel, there was no big. I mean, I guess the biggest, I would say, company that was there at least last year was Four Horsemen and McFarlane.
Yeah,
And,
McFarlane.
and they were just handing out stuff left and right. So now you're saying, okay, well, sorry, little guys, we're going something. We're gonna do something different this year. We're not.
Yeah.
Love you, but I'm in love over here. We're gonna take our love to Atlanta. I had a sour taste when I read the article. It was even more sour when we went live talking about it. You know, I don't know. If they bring it back, you gotta pull all the stops out. Like you gotta make this like the show of all shows.
We start our own toy show in Columbus with cocaine and hookers, and we won't need PowerCon anymore.
Absolutely. I'm in. You just say where you pick the date. I'm in.
You pick the back alley, and we will be there.
Beers.
See, here at Modern Toy Fair, we actually prefer behind Wendy's dumpsters to do all of our backdoor transactions.
We're gonna call it
fine.
More PowerCon. More PowerCon.
I'll bring the King Cobra 40s, and we'll get down.
No. Yeah. You know I'm in. That's all you had to say.
Yeah. Plus, free food too. The dumpster. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a Wendy's dumpster too. Yeah. So you know they're getting rid of that nice, fresh, never frozen beef.
Yeah, that's classy, man. Oh, we're gonna have a real good line.
Yeah.
We're gonna probably have to find a porta potty unless we're all just gonna piss
no,
by
you just
the
go.
dumpster.
I just go you into Wendy's.
You just go into
You
Wendy's.
just go into Wendy's and use their bathroom.
Look, one thing I've learned about toy shows is there's a poop line, as I call it. I've never seen so many grown men get up in the morning like, I'm gonna go to the show, and they show early in line, and then they get in and they go, I'm gonna go take a crap, and then like 20 other dudes are like, yeah, that's a good idea, and then there's a big long line. So Wendy's better be prepared for that. They better have some extra restroom.
Wendy's is gonna run out of toilet paper and probably get backed up real quick.
The stress on plumbing is going to be insane.
Yeah, those dudes don't take things easy.
Especially once they get done eating the Wendy's dumpster beef. Like,
yeah.
No, I'm really excited about this show now.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
Coming soon, baby.
I am sold on this.
Oh God, we'll call it
What's going on
WendyCon.
Yeah,
WendyCon 2026.
WendyCon toys, and you got to figure out how to spin all those words together.
WendyCon
make shirts.
Toys, beef, and bathrooms.
Never frozen.
Fresh, never frozen. WendyCon.
Oh hell no!
We'll say our logo is a picture of Nate and some pigtails.
It's going to be Ohio too, so it'll probably snow that day.
Of course.
So the whole never frozen thing is even better, because just show up and it's May and it started snowing for whatever reason. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, we might want to bring some portable like heaters or something just in case. Thaw everything out.
An umbrella, because why not?
Yeah, because it'll eventually go from snow to rain, and that's just a terrible time to be had. You know what? We went full circle, and now I don't quite blame them for leaving Ohio. Actually, Like we were like, man, fuck them for leaving and abandoning us, and then we made our own convention. Then we talked about how much it would suck, and we're like, well, you know what? Maybe it was the right choice.
All right. You know what? Maybe we just relocate it to Atlanta.
All right,
That's
so
just.
We're gonna
probably
go
the
to Atlanta, and we're gonna find a Wendy's dumpster, and it's gonna be fresh, never frozen WendyCon. But because it's such
We'll
late
make
notice,
a
we'll
big
do it next year.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Big announcement.
I
We're moving to Atlanta.
wonder how many. I wonder how many people would actually show up to this though. I feel like you'd get a pretty decent turnout of people.
Probably.
Just to see what it was about.
Oh yeah.
And then sad and disappointed. They're like, "Oh, you guys were serious."
You guys really?
I thought that was a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we
No.
we did not have it fleshed out beyond that what we just discussed, guys. Sorry to disappoint you, but we sold as is. No refunds.
Pull a box out of the
you should wait.
dumpster. Have a seat.
You should wait and see the merch.
Just a bunch of
Check
old
out the
used
merch
t-shirts.
store down the street.
Yeah.
And we'll all,
This
but
is good.
because it's in Georgia, we'll all be sweaty now, so we'll need that merch just to sponged it away.
Right.
Oh man. All right, let's see if I can. All right, so what's
We're
one?
supposed to be talking about something.
Yeah, what's the one thing that you feel like either hasn't been made or is just missing from your collection that you're like, I need this. I need someone somewhere to make it, so that way I can finally like fill that hole.
What fills your holes, guys?
Oh boy.
I use preparation H, so I'm usually pretty good.
That's good.
Wait, what?
I use it all around the hole.
Aaron, you are really opening up on this show like you are on a therapy couch, and
I mean,
I thought that's what I'm supposed to do.
It's perfect.
yeah.
I was watching Austin Powers. Okay, get it. Leave it alone.
my goodness, I don't know. Aaron, do you have an answer for this?
I thought you were going first.
I don't know. I'm at this weird point in life where I'm so oddly satisfied. Like if I was being nitpicky like a few months ago, I'm like, what do I really need? And I'm like, Kane from Spider-Man would be cool. And then they dropped that, and then I saw it and I was like, well, it didn't really give me the tingles. Maybe I didn't need it that bad. I don't know. I'm so content. I have all the X-Men teams that I want with my blue and gold. I have a whole Mighty Morphin Power Rangers lineup with some monsters. I have all the NECA turtles I want. What the hell else do I have around here?
I need that Danny though.
I don't know. I'm so content. Like nothing really. Maybe it's the desensitization from running a toy store, and just new stuff drops and you just get excited about it because you get to touch it before anybody else. Like Four Horsemen send us stuff, and I'm not allowed to tell anybody it's here, but I get to just dig through all of it, and it's super exciting. But I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do
maybe
that.
I'll
I'd
have
get
an
high on
answer
my own
later.
supply so bad.
Oh yeah, it's hard. It's hard sometimes.
It's tough.
So I
Very tough.
I don't know. I'm incredibly content and blessed with my collection and what I have. And I don't know, maybe one of these companies will drop something on me and be like, here it is. Here's the thing that's missing, that hole in your soul. And I'll be like, yes. And they'll be like, it's $400. And I'll be like, that's fine. Take my money.
So it's a HasLab is what you need.
Well, the Sentinel is what got me into this silly business in the first place, because that's how I funded it, by just flipping toys. So yeah, that might have been the last real piece that called me. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that. I'm sorry.
I mean, I feel like
Aaron,
the
I hope you
Sentinel
have a
could
better
fill-
one.
Could fill that hole pretty
I
good.
really don't. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, the
real
only
big.
thing that
That
I
big fist.
want to really fulfill my collection of things that I have is I want the rest of the Zords for Power Rangers. I have I have the Shogun Zord. Well, I'm missing the helmet. I have the original Megazord. My White Tiger Zord ended up missing in the move, so I needed to get that replaced at some point. I just want all the first maybe 6 Zords. That's all I want. The rest of the stuff I could care less about. Like I didn't watch much Power Rangers after that. I did watch some of the later ones with my son because he got into it. But yeah, I just want the first like 6.
What's
Oh,
your
the
favorite
Power-
season?
I mean, it's always going to be the OG season. You can't once they went to Turbo is when I
That's
pieced
fair.
out. I was done.
Corey and I always have an answer that's not the obvious answer when it comes to shit like this. Like we'll
Right.
always like
What's
the more
yours?
random version of something. Like
I don't think mine's very random. I came back around with In Space. I think In Space
right.
is amazing.
No, hold on. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I went back and watched some of them. Like In Space brought me in. Like one of the guys I used to work with, like he was at the age where In Space was like 93 Power Rangers today. So you gotta watch it. Like, the intro alone will hook you in. Like me, the intro is gonna hook me. It's not like the original Power Rangers thing because I'm already hooked. He's like, no, dude, they changed it. So I already went in kind of like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna like this. And then I heard the song, and I'm like, oh shit, it got me. And it was a cool series. I didn't mind it. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't like, oh my god, amazing. But I watched it, and then what was the other one? Ninja Storm was another good one. Then I didn't watch again until Megaforce. I came back at Megaforce through Samurai. One of the Samurai ones. I haven't watched anything until they ended it.
And then Nate's answer will be like, Shuri Shokenizer 41. It was only in Japan, and we never got a proper retelling of it. And see,
It's exactly correct. I didn't do Power Rangers. I
It
did
can't be
Sentai.
incorrect.
So
I made
Right.
the words up.
yep. No. You mean you're close enough. Like it's the Super Sentai 2 Rangers, my favorite. That's the Mighty Morphin in Japan, but it was amazing and I loved it. And there was so much child endangerment. But it's a completely different show. So yeah,
Those Japanese.
Oh
it's
man.
crazy. Literal Satan shows up halfway through the season. It's amazing.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh yeah. And he's like blue. He's like just like a Japanese guy painted blue with like spikes on his head. Oh, it's awesome. It's so good.
You have me in
Oh,
truth
man.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to watch it just to see it now.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
I don't care about the rest of the thing. I just want to see that. Like I just want to see.
Yeah. If you
Power Ranger
subscribe
Satan.
to the Shout Factory Prime channel, I think it's like $3. You can watch almost all the Sentai that have been released on DVD included in that, and that's what I would do. I watched a ton of them, but that one's my favorite. Well, not the first one, but the Power Ranger Mighty Morphin equivalent.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure there's a ton of them on Tubi.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's kind of like where I started watching some of it. Like I mean, I didn't realize how much was out there. I mean, I knew where it came from. Like I never like went deep into watching all the episodes, and then I went diving through. I think I was watching Ronin Warriors is what I was watching that,
Ooh,
and
that's a
then
good
like
one.
it popped up like in a hey, we might think you like this. And I'm like, that looks like Power Rangers, but it's in Japanese. I think I watched maybe like 5-6 episodes. I'm like, oh, I understand now. I get like I think it was one of the episodes I saw, which was a very close rendition of what they did here in the United States. I'm like, I totally get like where the source stuff came from now. I was just kind of in awe of the whole thing. I even went back to watching was it Kamen Rider? Like the
Oh.
Oh,
yeah.
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 I always see people post about that on Twitter and stuff.
That
with
one's
all
been
those
going on
figures
just
coming
as
out.
long.
I never like
classic.
I never saw that until like nowadays. That's the weird thing is like that. I remember
Yeah.
all the other different variations of like Power Ranger-esque things back then. Like, what was it, Beetleborgs or something like that was one of them.
Beetleborgs.
Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
Yeah.
Well, they even brought Kamen Rider over here as the Mass Rider for like maybe a season, maybe two, but it wasn't long.
VR Troopers.
Yep.
Troopers. I loved that show, honestly.
I don't remember much of VR Troopers except that the dog had an accent to sound like Jack Nicholson. That made no sense whatsoever.
I always had the theme song stuck in my head. Like we
Yeah.
are VR.
Oh yeah,
Right.
the theme song. I forgot about that.
Is that the show where the kid was always writing in his freaking journal being sad about his dad at the end of every single one, or is that am I thinking of a
That's
different
Doogie
one?
Howser.
It's okay, Ted. We understand.
I was watching the wrong shows, I guess.
Oh man. All right, so we've established potentially what would fill that hole. So let's go the opposite direction. Let's say you wake up and for whatever reason, either it's by choice or by happenstance, you have to get rid of everything, but you're allowed to keep and maintain one line. It could be a line that's still going, it could be one that's dead, and you just have you just have to hunt down to finish that out, or it could be one that's still going and you get to continue collecting. But what one line would you save?
Damn, that's a good point.
This question, I don't like this question because I had to let it sink in for a second, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is probably really easy. And then I said, no, I don't want to give that up. I don't want to do that. I don't like this game anymore.
It's just like WendyCon. It gets progressively worse the more you talk about it.
Yeah. I think for me, I do love my damn turtles, but Marvel Legends brought me back into the game. I guess I would want Marvel Legends to take me out. I don't know if I want to pay $50 for figures, but
I mean, you won't have
I don't
anything
know.
else to collect because it's your only line, so you'll have the extra money.
That's true. That's true. And years ago when I didn't have so much money, I could only afford one figure a month. I could just go right back to that, I don't know. I love my Marvel Legends, and I think that's what I would have to go with. But boy, am I gonna throw the biggest fit? Okay, I don't want to give up my Turtles or my Power Rangers.
I'd say you had to like it. I just said you're only allowed to choose one. So.
I hate this question.
All right. Here's how I'm gonna answer your question. Okay. I'm going to keep a movie Turtles. Okay. I'm gonna donate all the rest to my son, so they're still here.
Oh.
See, I found the loophole in your question. I'm only gonna collect and continue to keep my one line. But the rest goes to the boy.
This man has
so
figured out the
upset
true
about
reason
this.
to have children. It's not.
And then
not for the joy of
I'm
watching
gonna
them grow
steal
up.
it back from him. Oh no. They're like children are like puppies and kittens. They're nice and beautiful, and they're young, and they're like so fun because then they go to sleep and you don't have to worry about it. But then they grow up and they start learning how to talk back. And then you're like, shut up, go do something.
Shut up.
Hey,
Go
get
school
out
or
of my
something.
house.
Yeah, go play.
Yeah, wait till
Dad,
they
it's
become
like-
adults.
And
he's
Aaron,
getting
so
kicked out
mad
at
at
18.
you. I'm so mad at you, Aaron. I just gave up my entire collection, and I'm stuck with Marvel Legends, and
I
you
did give up my
somehow
entire
found a way to
collection.
keep everything.
You
I
could have
did give up
donated yours to
everything.
his kid too.
You could
I
have
hate
gave
this
it to
game
your
even
daughter.
more now.
Your daughter lives with you.
I know. I
She's
know.
gonna look
She'll
at it
be
like,
like,
Dad. She's like, Dad, why do I
But
have?
unfortunately, the decisions have been made. It's
Yeah.
I know. Now I'm out. I'm gonna
Our
have a
people move
lot of
quick.
space though. Man,
See,
I'm just so
you always gotta be thinking.
this is why you answer first, Aaron. My goodness. So upset about this.
That's great.
Lost everything. I'll never
It
financially
happens to the best
recover.
of us.
Or will you? Because you're gonna have so much less to spend.
Oh, because I gotta buy $50 Marvel Legend figures
Now,
now.
yeah, that is basically three
Exactly.
figures in one.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate. Well, at least someone made some good decisions on this episode. It wasn't for WendyCon. All right, so let's get to the last question here before we close it out, because I can feel the flu taking me, and I'm struggling keeping it together here. So we've gotten rid of things. We've tried to fill that empty void in your soul. But what is the number one thing in your collection that you look at that and like that's it? That's like the holy grail, the pinnacle of my collection. That's the one thing above all the others that like your eye instantly goes to every time you go into that toy room.
I have to move it.
Find it. I don't even know if I have it down here, honestly.
Oh, that stuff fell on the floor. It's dead to me now. It doesn't matter anyway, right?
Floor's lava.
Exactly, man.
I have to go with my original Drool Boglin. This is from
Oh,
'88, and it
Wow.
is signed by Tim Clark. I don't even think you can see it
Wow.
because
That's cool.
my mic is like right in the way here. And not only is it signed by Tim Clark, but because of my love for Boglins, and we were blessed to have Tim on our show last year, the year before, I don't remember. He turned me into his PowerCon booth babysitting bitch. So whenever he needed to go to the bathroom or go to lunch, he'd just show up to our booth and be like, "Hey, you watch my booth for a while?" And then I got people who don't know who he is coming up to me, and they're like, "Oh, did you make all these puppets?" And I go, "I'm not him, okay?" I had to sit way in the back, and I'm like, "I'm not him." But the house fire rule, right? You save one thing in the house fire,
Mm-hmm.
assuming my dogs and family are safe or whatnot. My vintage Drool Boglin, signed by Tim Clark. This is the prized possession. Worth more to me in like nostalgia and love than it is in dollars, but love this thing.
Absolutely, that's cool.
That's fantastic.
Young Teddy is like happy right now to like if he can like hear himself say this, he'd be like the happiest kid in the world.
Yeah.
As for me,
Me
I
and
don't.
Tim Clark's are bros.
Yeah. You definitely bros, all right. Don't really have anything that's here, really anywhere that I would just be like, oh my god, this is the thing I have to save. Like, I mean, oh, got nothing. Maybe my Sting. I got like a Sting collection. Sting's my favorite wrestler and all, but
Great choice.
even that.
Oh my god, as the only non-wrestling guy, I was like, oh, okay, like he likes Sting, like the singer. Oh, like that did his thing. Whatever.
I mean, I'm sure he sang some songs back in his day, but
Yeah, that's where my mind went, and I was like, oh, interesting.
Got jazz flute.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, there's really nothing. I mean, no. I mean, I got into this so late. Like, there's nothing here that says
There's
if your
nothing.
house burned down tomorrow, would you save me?
You
Probably.
bought a Mondo Magneto off of Pixel Dan, like a
Yeah.
used one. You bought a Mondo figure off of Pixel Dan that Pixel Dan personally played with, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's a big deal. You're lucky your last answer was so good because this answer sucks.
Yeah.
It is funny that he came up with like this incredible answer for the last one. Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna donate it all to my kids, so I don't have to worry about it. And this one, he's like, you know what? Let it all fucking burn. I don't care.
I
How
mean,
quickly it
that's why
changed.
that's why I have house insurance. The insurance is going to pay for that. Just buy something else. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think out of all the stuff that I have, and I mean, there's stuff in this corner over here. I said there's stuff upstairs. That's just, I don't know. There's nothing particular that's like. And maybe my championship belt. Maybe.
You definitely you don't want to burn to death trying to pick something though while the fire is.
Yeah, you want to have that one kind of figured out ahead of time.
Do I really? I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I would. Fuck this house. if you know what I went through in this house. Yeah, if you know what I went through in this house can burn tomorrow. But yeah,
with you in it, and it'd be fine. It'd be fine.
Oh, man.
Sleep.
I would come there and save the Mondo Magneto.
The Pixel Dan Magneto
for you. Yeah. Yeah.
Just so you can have
Aaron's
that
like,
as
nope,
your
I'm not
co-host
leaving.
On your videos. Just sit that next to you and be like, so, Spirit of Aaron, what do you think?
I would haunt him until the day that he dies.
Probably. That would be annoying. And it would be a great sitcom, you know, like my best friend and business partner dies in a fire because he refuses to leave. I save this Pixel Dan Mondo Magneto, and you enter it like a Chucky doll. And now it's just like me and Mondo Magneto, you know.
I feel like now I have to save the Magneto now. Like I feel like that has to happen.
Man. And see, and then it turns into a bunch of Reddit theories about how like he's not actually like his spirit isn't actually connected to Magneto. That Ted's just lost his mind and is talking to it what he thinks is his best friend when it's just a plastic doll that looks like a 90s cartoon character.
Only he sees it. No one else does.
It's like what was that? We've talked about this before, Nate. The show with the guy with the bunny rabbit.
Oh yeah, Happily Ever After.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for only you hear the bunny rabbit.
I love this idea. We need to start writing this right now.
We'll debut the first trailer at WendyCon Atlanta 2027.
Yes. Oh, it's gonna be hype. We'll get the projector for the dumpster. It'll be good.
Yes, we'll get a nice clean sheet to put over the edge of it. It'll be great.
Exactly.
Get a nice pool ladder so you can get in and out of the dumpster better.
Oh yeah, I like that.
That's all. It's a must for Wendy's Con.
Yeah, we'll also get some fishing poles. That way, for the people who don't want to like climb or can't climb, you can just fish out your fresh, never frozen beef.
If you can't climb, why are you coming?
You're not eating.
I mean,
yeah,
that's fair.
Where's the beef? It ain't for you if you ain't got your ladder.
For you.
Jesus.
What do we do?
All right. Well, on that wonderful note, I want to thank you both for coming on. It's been fantastic. I'm glad we finally were able to get together.
We appreciate it.
If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like and subscribe. Check us out on all the different social medias. Our link tree is in the description below. We have everything: TikTok, Blue Sky, Twitter, Instagram. We have our Discord server now, so you can come hang out and chit chat in that. I think that's added to Linktree. If not, I'll have to add it. You can also check us out patreon.com/Modern Toy Fair, where you can watch this and other pre-recorded videos early, or you can come check us out live twice a month over on the YouTube channel as well. Corey, where can everyone check you out?
At Vile Consumption on Facebook or Instagram. I started showing off all my new stuff for the conventions coming up in end of February and March. And so I have about 6 new pieces. 3 of them are all Ninja Turtle pieces. So check those out. And stickers, and hopefully getting a couple of new t-shirts out there too. So
awesome. And then fellas, let everyone know where they can find you.
Well, you can find us on all social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff at Hellodope Toys. But more importantly, go to hellodopetoys.com and buy a toy, and we're going to ship it real nicely and get it out in one business day, and it's going to get to you so fast. And you're going to be like, oh my goodness, it got to me so fast. And then you'll just keep coming back and giving us more money. Aaron, you want to add to that?
Do we're running a super sweet deal right now. All 4 Horsemen in stock and or pre-order. Free shipping until March 14th.
Ooh, damn.
Get it. That's including Necronomicus that is coming next week.
Ooh.
The Graveyard Skeletons are coming, I think it's like early March. Star 6 right around the corner. Rising Suns right around the corner. So load up on your 4 Horsemen. Take care of that free shipping for you until March 14th.
It's a great deal. We'll make sure to have all your links in the description below. Nate, do you have anything for us before we close out?
Just wanted to let everybody know, if you have an interest in Toytography magazine, you may want to check out Toy Photography itself.
All right, then. Link to Toytography Mag is in the description as well. Check out the next issue, which I believe is March. You can also check out their Facebook page. All of that will be linked below. But yeah, that's going to be it for this week. Hopefully see you next week. Same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thank you for watching. You have to twist the wrist a little bit so you get that nice kind of forward motion. You're going to have to twist the upper torso as well. You're going to bring this ankle back forward, the lower part of the leg forward a little bit. Bring this arm back, still have a little curve so he's ready for the, the 1-2. And then